Hey guys, in this video we're going to be making a home screen and we're also going to be starting to make levels in our Scratch Maze game. This is part 2 of the video. If you haven't seen part 1, I would suggest to go watch it. The link will be in the description. Okay, so first of all we're going to start by making our backdrop for the home screen. So we're going to press backdrops here, and we're going to go here for backdrops and choose a backdrop, then paint a backdrop. So what we're going to do is press text, then we're going to start typing welcome to the maze game. Okay, so you can change the color of the text here. I'm just gonna make it black, and yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the code and back to the car code, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do when green flag is clicked. So we're gonna make it so that the backdrop switches to this backdrop, which is this backdrop is backdrop 2. We're just gonna rename that to home, and then we're gonna rename this to level 1. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the code and I'm gonna go back to the car. So okay, now let's make it change. We're going to go to looks, and then we're gonna make it to go to looks, then switch backdrop to home. Okay, now when we press green flag, it goes to this screen. So as you can see on this screen, the car is visible. We need to make it so that it's invisible. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to events, and when the backdrop switches to level home, well, just home, not level home. So when it switches to home, we're going to make it invisible. So that's at looks, then that is at hide. So we go hide. So now when we click the green flag, you can't see the car anymore. We're going to copy and paste this over to here as well. Going to make it there and there. So now you can see it's here, and it's also here. Okay, so when I press the green flag, you can't see anything. Okay, now we're going to start to make buttons. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new sprite, and I'm going to paint it. I'm going to get a circle, and I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to make it a bit smaller here. Yeah, and on that on that button, I'm going to do stop. Now, we can't see the text because the text is black, so I'm just going to change the text to white. There we go. Just make that a bit bigger. Okay. So now it's at start. Now it says start on the button, and you can see. But when we click on the button, it doesn't actually do anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to code for this sprite, and we're going to go to events. So what we're going to do is when this sprite is clicked, looks, switch backdrop to level 1. Now let's press the green flag, click, and we can see it goes to the maze. So this is level 1. But we don't actually want it to go to level 1. We want it to go to a page where it shows all the levels. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to backdrops again, and we're going to go to backdrops here, and we're going to make another backdrop. We're just going to press paint. So all I'm going to write here is levels. And I'm just going to change the color to black. Okay. Oops. Let me just change that to levels. Okay. So I'm just going to now change the size of this. Okay. Then we're going to name this to levels. Okay, so we're going to go back to this. And then go back to code. We're going to make it to go to levels instead of home. Because this is where the levels are going to be displayed. Like level 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So when we press start, it goes to levels. That's right. Okay. So when it goes to there, we need to do another button for we need to make another button for level 1. So I'm just gonna get a circle, text, make the color of this white, L1, which stands for level 1. There we go. Level 1. I'm just gonna change the position of this, and I'm gonna go back to the backdrop and make this a bit higher. There we go. So level 1. Now when it goes to level 1, we need to make it so that you can't see the start button anymore. And we also need to make it so that you can press on this and it will go to the first level. So we're going to go back here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to events. So if the backdrop switches to levels, I'm just going to duplicate this just to make sure we're also going to make it level 1 as well. Okay, we're going to go back to look and we're going to do hide because we want it to hide when it goes to the level screen and the other screen. Okay, now let's test. So when the green flag is clicked, see, now we can notice that you don't see the levels button. So to the start button. To make it appear, what we're going to do is go back to events. When backdrop switches to home, we're going to go back to looks and make it show so that you can see it. See that? And now we go like that. And you can see it now. But we can also see the level 1 button. So I'm just going to do the same thing here. So what we're going to do, if it switches to home, we can make it hide. And then if it switches to levels, we're going to make it show. I'm just going to duplicate this and I'm going to also make it hide for level 1. Okay. Now when we press home, it goes here. Press start, it goes here. Okay, now what we're going to do, if this sprite is clicked, so when this sprite clicked, we're going to make the backdrop go to level 1. Level 1. Start level 1. It goes here, but we can't actually see the start, the end, or the car. So to make it appear, we're going to do this. Events. If the backdrop is switched to level 1, show. So we're going to go here and show. I'm just going to drag this code in for every other one as well, for end and also for car. So now when we press green flag, we're going to press start and level 1. Now as you can see, we can see everything. See, and the keys work as well. Okay, so now we made that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to here, and as you can see, if it's touching end, it goes to the end. So what we're going to do is, when it goes to the end, when this goes to the end over here, I'm just going to cheat and make it go there. It says you win. But instead of making it say it in chat, we're going to make a new backdrop, and we're going to make it say you win as well. So we're going to make a new backdrop, paint, text, you win. Now we're just going to make that way bigger. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're also going to make it so that when this switches to, wait, we're just going to change this over here to win. There we go. Okay. So when this switches to win, we're going to make it hide. And same for start, end, and sprite 1 and level 1. Okay. So now we're just going to test it. Oops. Wait. Sorry about that. Let me just quickly fix that. Okay, now I fixed the problem. It should work now. And when we go here, we press up and it says you win as well. Okay, so we need to change this to a backdrop. Okay, so we're gonna remove this. Just gonna delete it, go to looks, and then we're gonna do switch backdrop to win. Duplicate, delete. Yeah, we have to change all of them, so I'm just gonna delete, then oops, then we have to duplicate. There we go. Okay, now let's test it. Press start, levels, level 1. Press, I did it again. Well, I'll just test it. Okay, put this back. Okay, now, see, it goes to this page and you can't see anything. You can change the colors and everything as well. And just like this, you can even add instructions if you want. You can add more levels as well. Just use a basic concept. So it's just the same thing basically. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to us. Yeah, I'll see you later.